Hello,
Hi,
friends.
everyone. We're back.
We are so glad to see you today.
Oh, we
is
missed you.
Friday, December 27th. I'm Roberta.
And I'm Lenny.
And we are
The Sable Stitchers.
And as you probably know by now, SABLE is an acronym for Stash Accumulated Beyond Life Expectancy. And we are kind of unabashedly stash acquirers. And although trying to enjoy
You enable
what we
us
have.
too. And
Oh, yes, that's definitely
Yes.
true.
So you help us too with our stash.
So let's see. We hope you had a really good Christmas if you celebrate, and that we're right at the turn of the new year. We hope you have a safe and healthy 2025. It's been 3 weeks since we did our last Flosstube, so I think we have a lot to share with you about our stitching and what we've been working on, some of our finishes. We were going to talk a little bit about things we learned in 2024 because we try to get a little smarter every year.
We're not just pretty. We have brains too. Sometimes.
And then we're going to start our whip parade, I think. And
Yeah.
I think that's going to be kind of a full agenda for today.
I think for January. December and January.
Yes. And if you are used to following us and like our content, and this is a video mostly about cross stitch and other needlework crafts, we hope you will hit the like and subscribe button and then also the notification button so we can stay in touch.
Please join us.
So we usually start with just a little bit of a life update and let you know what we've been doing over the past few weeks or 2 or 3 weeks since we filmed. And so, Lenny, what's new with you?
Well,
I'll do like the morning show people. I'll have my coffee cup. Lenny.
I know. I don't have any. Okay, here we go. I'll do Mimi. But it's been kind of fun in this last 3 weeks instead of the 2 weeks, just because I feel like I got a whole lot more done, and I did stitch.
You always get a lot done.
I stitched, and my eyes are doing better. So I went back to my 36 count, and I don't know if this happens to you, but I've been stitching for about 3 or 4 years now back to stitching, and not very good, but it seems like this last 3 weeks I kind of hit I don't know what you call it, but it was just like aha. My stitching, and maybe it's just because I can see better, but my stitching, I just feel like I really got into a groove to stitching and felt really good about it. So
I think there's certain linens that you just kind of sense where the holes are, if that makes, instead of you don't necessarily need to see them, you kind of just can feel it a little
It just felt really good. It's just like I am just moving along and I'm not picking out all the time, and
yes, that's annoying.
Oh, well, that's one thing I've learned. I'm going to go through that, but to count better. It seems like that counting is real. So, but anyway, our Christmas was just a really low key. We do pajamas and snacks, and we watch a football game and yay Chiefs. You know how we are, and it was a really good game, and.
Well, it was because they were way ahead.
Well,
they actually such a nail biter like it usually is, where it's like,
we didn't wait to the last minute to win.
They're only up by one, and yeah.
So it was a fun game, and then being Christmas, and so we opened up presents. In halftime, really quickly, and we had I don't know, you may have seen our picture on, so we just had a good time. We played games. We played a game called Heads Up. Have you ever heard of that?
I have not heard that.
It's a download game. I mean, you can get the app, but you put the phone up to your head and you play with teams, and it says what it is, like the Nutcracker.
Oh yeah,
and then
okay,
and then your team can just play, you know, and try to give you clues, and you have to guess what it is. So that was fun. Good food, and we were talking about how the kids now our younger kids have to drive out to Western Kansas to spend time with their other grandma.
Oh.
And they have games and movies and stuff to watch. And the story came up to where when we went on vacation and we didn't have, you know, games or internet or anything. In the car,
yeah.
My girls told me a story that I had no idea that this is what they did. They would find, you know, if we were going on a trip and it started to rain, they would find their favorite raindrop.
Oh.
And they would see whose raindrop went down to the bottom of the
like
the
racing
window.
raindrops, yeah. Oh,
And
that's
I thought,
funny.
oh,
What simple pleasures we
I know.
had, you know, when we didn't have all these fancy ways to entertain ourselves.
but we, you know, it was just a nice family day, and it was perfect. So,
yeah, sounds like lots of good memories. So
yes, it was.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, they did sing back in an old video. They sang Jingle Bells on the fireplace when Wyatt was probably 3. So they reenacted, you know, singing Jingle Bells, and then of course
how
they're beating
cute.
each other up, and you know. So I don't have a video of that, but it was pretty entertaining.
Oh,
anyway,
very fun.
It was just a fun holiday.
Yeah, we did well before.
And how about you, Roberta?
Well, thank you for asking, Lenny. So before I left, I did a few things for the school. The day before they went on winter break, we did a cocoa and cookie bar. So I baked some cookies for that, which was really a lot of fun. That was the only time I baked cookies this year. And then Jim's happy because he gets to eat the mistakes and the crumbled ones and all that kind of stuff.
I go, oh, that cookie broke. I'll have to eat it.
That one's too flat. I don't think you should give that to them. And so that was a lot of fun. And then we also, a friend and I read to the 4-year-olds, the 3 and 4-year-olds. The principal gave me a book to read, and it was by Sandra Boynton. I think, does she do little critters? No, I don't know.
Yes, she does do that. I think she does do the little.
Anyway, I know I recognize the name, but it was about this chicken who goes around encouraging people, yelling "yoo-hoo" or "woohoo, you did great." And so it was really a good message because it's something, you know, about. There's a character in the book that's kind of hard on themselves because they make a mistake and they wake a sleeping bear, like saying, "Yay, you're doing a great job napping there." And so,
don't wake
and
me
so
up.
a little mouse
Don't
says,
poke the bear.
you know, yeah, exactly. And so a little mouse, you know, tells them, "Well, don't be hard on yourself, and maybe you just need a nap." And so we talked about how, you know, especially you make mistakes. People always make mistakes, especially when you're tired. And so it was really a good lesson.
Nice.
And then as we were leaving, I mean, those little kids, you know, depending on who their teacher is, I guess they kind of model their teacher's behavior. So the principal was telling us one of the teachers is very, loving to them, patting them on the back and that sort of thing. And they were giving us hugs and high fives.
I love that.
As we left the class, one little boy said, "Bye, Grandma."
I think we have gray hair. We're grandmas.
Both of us do. So that was fun. So that was a lot of fun. And then just all the last minute shopping. I went to a lot of antique malls. I had a really good time finding some vintage things for the house. And, you know, one of the biggest things that we gave Clara that she loved, and it was like a last minute thing. I found a little vintage holiday, what were those little stuffies that were so popular?
Oh, Beanie Babies?
Beanie Baby. It was a little bear with like red and green on him. She was nuts
she just
over
carried
that. Oh, she had to take it to bed with her. She, you know, it's like it has little hangings, the ornament, and she has a little tree in her room. She wanted to put it on her tree, but she really wanted to just sleep with it. So it was so funny. And, you know, my daughter-in-law said, "Well, where'd you find that?" And I said, "I guess Santa's a vintage shopper." So that was fun. So, yeah, we went to Colorado for Christmas. We got home
Did you get snow?
No, actually, there were 2 days where we took the baby and just went for a really long walk, and one day it was in the 40s, and I just had like my puffer vest, and that was enough. And yesterday, before we left, we went for a walk, and it was colder, but it was just because the air is dry. It just doesn't feel bad. So
I guess that's true.
So that was a lot of fun. So one of the things I was going to make for the teachers, I had made these cocoa packets, and I was going to, and of course I'm doing this the night before they're going to have the cocoa bar. And so I was going to put, and pre-K staffs are big because they also have special needs kids in the school. So they have physical therapists and they have family advocates. They just have a lot of staff. So I was going to make 50 of these dipped chocolate spoons to go with their cocoa, where you dip it in chocolate and then you let that set up, and then you drizzle it with white chocolate and put sprinkles on it. And I got about 8 or 9 of them done, and the chocolate throat, seized up because I had on double boiler, but apparently it got too hot, and I just couldn't get it to, you can't get to go back once it does that. So I had to, by that time it was like 11 at night. I still had to package all those little things.
Nothing like waiting to the last minute.
Packet and the marshmallows in it and stuff. So Clara got all the mistake spoons.
Oh.
And she loved them.
I'm sure she did.
She was, because they have sprinkles on them. So she was
Did
just.
she kind of bite them off?
Well, she was sucking on them. She wasn't, they didn't go in the cocoa.
Oh.
So that was fun. And then, we watched the Chiefs game, and one of their traditions, they didn't do it this time because we had Christmas dinner, but usually when my son watches the Chiefs game, Claire wears her Chiefs outfit, her little cheerleading outfit we got her, and then they eat barbecue, which she calls, which I guess is like barbecued pork, and she calls it, oh, can I have more of that pink chicken?
Oh, they're so funny.
I know. So we had a really good time. We left yesterday. Of course, our plane was delayed 4 times, and then it was going to leave at 12:20 in the morning. So we switched to another flight, which was about less than half full. And so we were very fortunate. We got home not too terribly late, and the cat was glad to see us, and it was a lot of fun. It was very fun.
So we hope that you all had a wonderful new memory-making holidays.
Yes.
So, I guess we can show our book of days real fast.
Yep. Oops, last month of the year already.
I know. So here's mine for December. And yes, I did stitch every day. And I did start a few, did finish a few, but we'll show them to you.
And I have been using the cross-stitch planner by My Crazy Life Lori. I know she has a 2025 version out. Next year I'm going to be
I have to get one. I haven't got a new one yet.
Okay. Next year I'm planning to use the book that I picked up at Liberty of London. And I'm going to keep track of, other life stuff. I'm going to journal other stuff besides my stitching. But my UK friends will have to tell me, because right away in January there's a holiday called, what is it? And so I'm going to have to ask my UK friends to tell me what this holiday is all about.
We all are about holidays.
Here's my December stitching planner, and I've done stitching most days, a couple of things on some days, and did a lot of ornaments, which is, I don't want to wait and do them all at the end of the year again, and I'm still working on finishing one, but I did stitch most days, and I'm pretty happy about that. It's so fun to do. It's so relaxing, even in a crazy busy time of year. It's good to take that time and do that for yourself.
But that's really, we watch a lot of Christmas movies and a lot of football, and I did watch, just to share real fast, I watched Yes, Virginia, There Is a Santa Claus.
Cartoon?
No,
there was a cartoon. I remember seeing
it had
that.
Richard Thomas and and Charles Benson. Anyway, it's an older one, but I think it's a really heartwarming story, and so I recommend it to watch, because it really brightens your day. Not necessarily that they're just the kindness that people give one another. So.
Yeah, my hometown newspaper used to run that every year.
Oh, I just thought I had never seen it.
And if you don't know what it is, it was I think back in the 1800s or early 1900s, a little girl wrote to the newspaper and said her friends were saying there's no such thing as Santa Claus. And one of the writers on the newspaper wrote back and talked about the real meaning of Santa Claus and said, yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus.
And her dad read, it was the Sun newspaper in New York, and if the Sun said it, then it was so. And that's what her daddy had told her when she read the paper. So if the Sun wrote that there was a Santa Claus, it's so. So the writer on the newspaper had gone out to view all the kindness that people had done to one another at Christmas time, which we should keep in our hearts all year and do that all year long. All right. I know you guys are like, get to it, ladies.
Yes.
Okay. Whips.
Yes.
Get one finished done this year, and it was my snowman from Under the Woolen Willow. And I did bring the book somewhere. When I find it, I'll show it to you. This one came as a kit, but she published the whole book, and there's so many more choices in there. So I want to do them all. So I have a couple more kits, and then I'm going to start going through the book and picking the ones that I haven't done yet. Okay, so that's really my only finish.
And I'll insert the picture. Since we did our last video, we stitched ornaments for an ornament exchange with our Stitchy group, and I'll insert pictures of what we did here. I did an Erin Elizabeth free design, and that was a lot of fun.
And I did one of the little sleighs. Okay.
Then I did an ornament for Clara. I don't have the original here because I gave it to her. We went to see a kid's version of the Nutcracker when we were there, and afterwards I gave her the ornament, and she's 4 years old, but she was so thrilled. She said, look what Mimi gave me. And then I said, well, I actually stitched that for you. And then she was really impressed, and her mom was impressed. But it was a Satsuma Street pattern that I printed out last year.
I mean, wonderful things you're going to be able to stitch for her as she grows up.
Yeah, well, it was just, and it was, but it's kind of an easy stitch. It was not, you just...
I like the perforated. I didn't think I'd like it, but I do like it.
It was pretty easy, and they were both really impressed. So there you
Yay.
go. I did not put the beads on it. I thought the stitching looked nice. So I'll insert a picture of the finished ornament here.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just start pulling them out. Let's do this first. This is in my Cricklewood crossing bag. I did some wool, which I want to incorporate a lot more. I just want to kind of show you what. I love this bag.
That's a good size for holding multiple projects.
Yes, and so I thought, well, I'll kind of keep my wool in here. And I haven't really. I'm almost finished with one. And
oh, that is so pretty.
Threads and needles everywhere. So I did get the letters sewn down, and I'm in the process, and I lost one of the little dots for the Christmas tree, but I have it. So I'm just doing kind of a, I don't know if you can really tell, kind of a, that came undone. Anyway, I'm going to turn it into a pillow. So I got to fix it and finish it. So
you were talking about the stitch you were doing for
it's
like a star. It's not really a blanket. Is it a blanket stitch?
Well, I brought it
in the middle.
I brought it from the back to the center to kind of look like a wagon wheel. So I don't know if that's
a little flower.
Yeah, but I tried doing the whip stitch all around, and it didn't turn out too good. I cut that one. And this is one of my other kits from Under the Woolen Willow, and this was my mittens. I got it stitched, but I didn't get it. I got one more mitten to put on there. Yeah. And there's my mitten. And I won this at one of our other stitch clubs. This was my present that I got. Here's the pattern for the Christmas tree.
And that kit is available at Quilter Station?
Yes.
And that's exclusive to Quilter Station,
Correct.
I would guess.
Yeah. And then this is an embroidery, and it has sewing scissors and sewing machine and alphabet and thread. Anyway, I thought that would be fun to do. And these are my primitive gathering seasons. This is December.
You're going to be in trouble if we ever make a trip up to that store.
Yeah, because we're going to be in a new season. And then this is January.
Me too. I bought a gift certificate there. They had they had like a 12 days of Christmas, and every day they had a different discount, and the last day it was a discount on a gift certificate.
Oh.
So I might have something coming from there.
Well, I do have everything traced, and then it came as a kit, so I have all the fabric. So
I know their wool is so pretty.
it is, and so
that's really pretty.
All I have to do is
it will
do
look
it.
just like it will look just like the picture,
and it will look
nice.
just like the picture. And I guess the star, I didn't know this because I hadn't read their instructions yet. They give you a colored star, and then you decoupage it. I forgot to bring my wood, the piece to finish.
The finishing piece.
But you decoupage it on your, and it comes with 12 blocks, and then each block you decoupage your star on your barn.
Okay.
So then you can change it out each month, and then you'll have your block for your monthly star. So I just wanted to share a little bit on other than stitching. Well, it is stitching, but okay.
Then this is the ornament I'm still working on. I did another one of these, baby's first Christmas ornaments for granddaughter Alice. It's on 46 count needle bling heirloom, and I'm using Priscilla's Peppermint from Classic Colorworks. It was an exclusive color, I think, in 2023, I believe. It came out at market. They had some exclusive colors, and so it was just variegated. And so I'm just doing it in the one color, and that's how far I got. So
sweet.
I want to get that done, and I think how I'm going to finish this. And the last two I finished as a little, pocket. I think someone finished something similar to this at our stitch group, and they just have the outline of the stocking, and then they turn the raw edges in, and then they attached it to a cardboard backing board where they had fabric on the back, and then they put like the cording around the edge. And I think that would be a pretty finish for that. So I think that's how I'm going to finish this one. And Clara's was on the tree when I was there. It looks so much bigger. I'm sure I did that in 36 count. So this is going to look just very tiny next to that one. And we did a fun craft when I was there. Her mom had bought another one of those Mondo Llama kits from Target, and the weaving, because you have to keep it tight or it slips off those little bitty pegs, and I knew that would be, Claire would be frustrated. So, but she put the glue dots on and put the pom-poms on. So that was, if I can get Kristen to send me a picture, she was really happy how it turned out too. So that was
another
fun.
thing she remembers me coming and doing crafts with her. So okay, another whip I have is Yuletide Welcome by Plum Street. And I did restart this over again because the fabric that I had chose wasn't working for me. So I don't have as much done as I think I showed you the last time.
It looks good on that. I like that.
So I like this a whole lot better.
That is really pretty.
I had so many mistakes on the other one.
This is a lot smaller, isn't this? This a higher count?
This is 36 espresso R&R. Okay. See what I learned? Put your fabric name on your fabric. Yes, so anyway, I think this turned out really pretty. I think a lot of people are doing this. Well, there's the pattern.
That is really pretty.
Can't wait to get to the house, but I got a long ways to go. And then here's the floss. sell Gentle Arts mostly. Okay.
Okay, I'm doing Feast of Friendship Stitch Along with Merritt Crawford and some others, ladies, possibly some gents. Here's the called for floss.
I love the color of the floss.
It's pretty. And I have not gotten much progress. This is on 40 Count Dirt Track by Fox and Rabbit, which I love. And I'm going to work on this some more today. But basically, we're supposed to do across the top and then do like several of the motifs, and I just went ahead. Since I was doing that, it seemed I had the thread out continuing down the bottom, but it's not a huge piece. It's it looks bigger, I think, in the picture, but I think that's gonna, I do love working on that.
It is a big piece.
It is big.
I'm still working on the urn. Oh. So I started a new project on Christmas Day, and this was another show we watched on TV. There's a story of Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. He wrote the poem, I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day, and it was his story and how that story was.
Sad, wasn't it? A sad story?
It was tragic. Well, yeah, and it is a tragic story, but
it's a beautiful song. I love the song.
So I bought
this. So pretty.
So I bought this and started it yesterday, or Christmas Day. Pretty. Here's my flosses.
So pretty. Well, it has purple in there.
And well, it's actually a gray, but it shows up. So I'm doing this on 36 count bramble. Picture this plus bramble.
Okay.
Got a little bit of a green tint to it. It's not what it's called for, but I thought it looked pretty. So not a whole lot done. But it's a fun stitch. I want to get back to it.
That's very pretty, and that's by Heartstrings Samplery. And someone had asked, I don't think you have the piece here where you had an alphabet, and a couple people thought you were missing the E.
I meant to bring that. I looked on my pattern. I cannot find it. Did you find it? Or do you have? Oh.
I don't think I have that pattern.
I could not find the E. I meant to bring that. I could not find the E on that pattern anywhere. So I don't know if they're just not on there, or it's kind of hidden in.
If it's based, maybe it's based on an antique, and the little
I don't
girl
know.
who stitched it just missed that.
But you're right. There is no E, but I didn't see an E on the pattern either. So
yep, just wanted to. I am also working on Winter Moon. I made a little bit of progress. This is also a stitch along for Annie B's birthday, and Kay and others are doing this. And this is a kit from Country Sampler on 40 count Saltbush.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
And I think since I've seen you last, I stitched in the white background, which makes these little quilty stars show up.
Oh, it really
a lot
does.
better. And I will tell you, there is a design, this light green, there's a design in white in the middle. It's kind of like a quilt design. And I was not seeing it, and I checked with another friend who's a lot farther along on this, and she said she left it out too. You could just barely see it, so going forward, when I fill these in, I'm just going to use the light green because I just was not seeing the design in there, and it's kind of hard to do. So,
but on that fabric, it's just gorgeous.
Thank you. I think that'll be pretty. I'm behind on my assignments, but and this is in my Tiger Lily bag. This was
so pretty.
Part of the Tiger Lily's Advent box this year. So I love that fabric.
My next whip is it's one of the Fat Quarterlies. I love it. Came in this bag. How cute is that? And I did it just.
Oh, I was watching Olivia's video on the flight last night, and she showed that.
It's really cute.
How cute.
And a little gingerbread house. The fabric was a 14 count, but I love the color.
I wonder if you can just get that bag.
Oh, I bet, after.
That's adorable.
So this is a 14 count pistachio. So I just have that much. Sorry, it's not iron. Just had that much done.
Oh, 'tis the season. Oh, I love that.
So, yeah, and it came with
The floss.
floss and a
Does it
little.
have the finishing things too?
Yep. And a little needle minder Christmas tree.
Oh,
Came with a sticky board.
how cute.
Came with all the floss.
Oh, I love that.
All the floss over there. So anyway, it's really fun. I love it.
I like that one too.
I love the color. I love.
It's by Samplers Not Forgotten, based on an antique that's in the Metropolitan Museum of Art. And so since I saw you, I think I filled in the doors and the molding around the doors, got some more bricks done. Those bricks are like never ending.
Oh, I know.
And started the words. And so I love this.
It's going to be really
love
pretty.
This. This is a lot of stitching too. But those bricks, yeah, I thought.
Oh, and they're different colors too.
And you think, well, it's not solid stitching, so it should go pretty fast. But
No.
yeah, and they're kind of random. You don't have to be exact. I feel like, but
Well, that's on like branches on a tree. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you guys. You don't have to stick exactly to the pattern. But if you make a mistake, don't worry about it because branches go all different directions
because
on
it's pretty
trees.
forgiving. That
Yeah.
one's pretty forgiving.
Okay, well, I had pulled out my punch needle magazine from the season, and I chose to do Snowflake. So, by Teresa Miller. It's on page 33, 33 in your punch needle magazine.
Cute.
So I started him just on a whim. I haven't got a whole lot done. This is on cookie dough, 36 count cookie dough by Needle Bling.
Yeah.
So I got that
Oh,
much.
hi. That looks great. Well, he's very sweet.
I know. It's just Lenny, quit saying I know. So don't forget to check your magazines, because there's lots of cute pictures in there.
So another thing that happened since we visited with you last in a while was the Jingle Ball, which was a lot of fun. It was the same. So it starts Friday night, and so I was on a little bit Friday night, but I think I was still finishing my ornament for my exchange the next day. So I was only on for a little bit, and then Saturday we had the ornament exchange in our stitching group party, and then I was on Saturday evening and I did speed dating. And just a brief recap, what is the Jingle Ball? If you're new to stitching or new to Flosstube, the Jingle Ball is an online kind of a retreat event. It's hosted by Lindy Stitches, Stephanie Webb from Lindy Stitches. And you pay $10 for the ticket, and then they have optional classes. They had about 6 or 8 designers, and each of the designers has a little virtual shop where they might sell some of their past designs, but they usually also have some exclusives just for the Jingle Ball. And they have exclusive projects that you can buy and either stitch on your own or pay a little extra and do an online class. And so a lot of people watch the class during the weekend of the Jingle Ball, but you can also view it up to a month after the Jingle Ball. So the classes are available up to January 8th if you didn't get your project finished. So one of the projects I wanted to do was this Winter Woodland Star by Hello from Liz Matthew.
How cute that turned out.
I'm not quite done. I was hoping to get done, but those little trees take a lot of stitching. They have 2 colors on them,
cute.
and they keep sprouting up where they're not supposed to be and have to be chopped down where there's no star. So I converted my colors on this because I wanted to use things.
I like those.
The linen is Brown Sugar by Fiber on a Whim. And then the floss colors that I used, and that took me some time because it was it took me a while to find exactly what I wanted to use. I started out with this NPI brown for the deer. So it's kind of more of a gray tone, I feel like, than what her colors were. And I didn't want to do the gold for the poinsettias, so I was trying to find something that would work for that.
So sweet.
But for the greens, the dark green, I used Weeks Dye Works Work Hunter. And then for the light green on the trees, I wanted there to be a lot of contrast. I used Classic Colorworks Secret Garden.
Oh,
So
they look really pretty.
these are so they're both, I would say they're both kind of a gray green. Those are the two greens. I'm going to hold them on my sweater. Those are the two greens that I used. And then I'm going to use a bright white there's some little snowflakes I have to add. And then amber, instead of using that in the poinsettias. I didn't use this in the poinsettias, kind of like the pattern shows, but I'm going to put their stars on top of those trees. So I'm going to add those. So I had trouble figuring out what to do for the red. And so what I finally ended up doing was I also bought the kit, and I know if you watch other Flosstube, you've seen a lot of other people have already gotten this done, was this Stacy Nash piece, the gingerbread house, which is adorable. And I used the colors from that. So there's two colors
yeah,
in
you can see the
yeah, it's hard to tell.
But, no, but you can. I mean, it
so it's baked apple for the dark red, and then red pear for the lighter part of the red.
Perfect.
So, like I said, I just need to finish off the white, do the white snow. There's a little piece of green in one of the trees I messed up on. I have to fix that. And then the gold on the stars. And then I'm hoping to watch that finishing video. And
yeah, I'll be curious to have the star finish.
I know. And that one has, that's so cute because it has this little bead finish. So I wanted to learn how to do that.
It's going to be really cute.
So that was from the Jingle Ball.
Well, from little tiny to great big, I worked a little bit on my quilted snowman and doing this for my daughter, and she wanted it extra big, so we made it extra big. So I got quite a bit done, or more done. So almost done with the tree. Did some more of the wagon wheels, and then started his scarf. So gosh, you guys, that's a lot of stitching.
Yes, it is.
So I'll continue working on that. We'll talk about we do have 12 by 12 too, so we can talk about that later. So I got that.
Stop it. Okay, we're back.
We're back. Okay. Oh, go ahead.
No, that's
Okay,
all
I just got two more. This is one that I started earlier. I have been wanting to do this for such a long time. So, The Christmas Alphabet by Scarlet House. And got a little bit done on it. It's done on R&R 32 count Red Barn.
Oh. There's no red on it.
I was going to say, I don't know where that came from.
I guess because it's a faded red barn.
Well, this was... Okay, now what was I working on? Okay, never mind that. Never mind the other one. This is
really
it.
pretty linen.
I thought so too.
I'm not familiar with this. I love this. Oh, those little holly leaves are adorable.
Well, okay, so this is all I've got done. And I'm going to get back to this real fast because I love the colors on this. But I bought the board that goes with it. It's Homestead Needleworks.
Okay.
So I bought the board for it to go on. I was going to make this my blessing sampler, and I started it early, and I went, oh, never mind. And so, but it shouldn't take too long to stitch. I love stitching alphabet. And then, but it will be hopefully it'll be a finish right away. And the threads were pretty simple. Yeah, Christmas Alphabet by Candy. So this will be fun. Okay. And then, thank you.
Oops, sorry.
And then, oh man, I worked hard on this, and I actually tore apart a lot. This is my old winter. I haven't worked on this, you guys, for probably almost a year. So when you lay something down, be careful when you pick it back up. I was stitching the words down here and started the initials up here. And I went, oh, that's black. No, it's dark brown.
Oh.
So I got all the way across.
I don't think that matters, do you think?
Oh, you know how I am. We both, it's like you look at it, and it's like, in the daylight, you could really tell it was black and brown. At nighttime, of course, that's when I did it, was nighttime. So, but he, so pretty. So I had to undo the old winter because I had the THEO in brown, and then I finished filling it out in black.
I see what you mean.
So otherwise, if it was all one color, I would have left it.
That's what I thought you meant.
Okay. I'm sorry I didn't say that.
No.
But so anyway, that's my work on him.
Pretty. Yeah, that was.
But
I was more of a monogamous stitcher when I did that, and I was so sick of doing brown. That's a lot of brown.
And I should have remembered that. Like, it's brown, Lenny. Was my reindeer feed sack. And I got a lot of the white done through the letters up here around the reindeer.
I always like this one.
It's kind of like your owl one. I had that one, but okay. This is a big piece. I should cut this, but I haven't cut it yet. So I got all the white done on him.
It looks so much darker than on the photo, which I like.
I mean, it's a different,
more vintage looking.
Yeah, this fabric was color straw, gingham.
And is that the same color floss? So that what it's.
I used the same. I used the same floss. I can't find a count on this.
Oh, they don't have it there.
Okay. All right. So lovely linen FQ Weeks Dye Works color straw. All right. And I have a lot to where I can do something else. I can't remember. I think I saw something with an old time Santa Claus. I think they did it on this.
Like Carriage House samplings. I know Country Sampler has a kit for this, but let's just show that one more time. Okay. That's really.
And that's it for my whips.
That's so pretty. I love that.
Okay.
Okay.
We haven't had a joke.
Oh, we have not.
How about, this came from one of our viewers. You know what Alexander the Great and Winnie the Pooh have in common?
No.
Their middle name.
There was one. There's an insurance company where my son lives that always has a joke. And did you say this one before? Do you know how much Santa's sleigh costs?
Oh, I think so. Go ahead.
It was on the house.
On the house.
Yes.
Let's see, what was another one? Cal's favorite. Do you know what Cal's favorite holiday is?
Mooey Christmas.
Happy Moo Year. Okay. Save the rest for us. Okay. I wanted to, real fast, because I see it. I ordered some stickers, and I ordered it from Marie at the Tea Peace, Peace on Earth, Tea Peace store. And she had the most beautiful stickers.
Oh, they're really pretty.
Oh, I didn't get to. I got that one for you.
Oh, thank you. He's adorable.
And because I used him, and then.
Oh.
So, pick one of those.
So cute.
I'll give you that. You want to pick one of those? Anyway, there's a little deer on there. Anyway, they're beautiful, beautiful stickers. It's from the Marie at the TP store. And these stickers are just lovely. Santa and a deer.
Snowman, gingerbread house.
And a little basket of candy canes. They're so pretty. Anyway, and they came right away. They're just really pretty, nice to put in your book of days, and not expensive. So, anyway, let me give her a little shout out. Okay.
Did you want to talk about 12 by 12 plans?
Oh, 12 by 12. Well, a lot of my 12 by 12s I put down were in my whips. And then I have some plans. I have some plans here to show. But my plan is I'm going to do 6 of my whips. And then I'm doing a start. If anybody wants to stitch with this, baby, it's cold outside. So I'm going to start that. And then Teresa Kogut's from her Hello Santa book. I'm going to do, it's called Hello Santa. I'll show you that in a minute. And my big plan for all of next year, 12 by 12, but then work on it all next year, is Winter Rose Manor. I always like to do it Blackbird. And and then 2 wool projects. So those are my plans.
And so 12 by 12 is on New Year's Eve. It's Kia B started it with Pam and Steph, right?
Right.
And the idea was between noon on New Year's Eve till midnight, you work on a different project every hour. And in the past, some people have done a new project every hour. Some people have been team whips. They've done, something they've been working on they pull out a piece they've been working on already every hour. But you can do whatever you do. Now I know I'll probably be going to the gym and doing some other things, but so I'm.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, and I'm trying to be good. I like Christmas cookies over there, and so and my Fitbit was saying you haven't been as active lately. So
oh no, that's why I don't wear one.
So I'm going and I didn't bring it up here because we have a lot to show. I'm going to work on I have the Mary Cox piece I've been working on, and I'm really close to finishing that. So instead of starting anything new, I thought about doing Christmas, and because I have things I've done a little bit on and haven't gotten back to, and I thought maybe do like a Christmas finale extravaganza or something like that, and do several Christmas projects. But no, I'm going to pull out my Mary Cox and try to get that done because that would make me happy.
Yeah, so start one at noon, and then give yourself a few minutes to do your things that you need to do. Let the dog out, change the laundry, fix dinner, go potty, get something to eat. The first year I did it, I did plan 12. I only got 10 done because I didn't allow for those extra minutes. Second year I did just 6, but worked on them a little bit longer, And then I am starting some new ones the first of the year, so I'm going to have it ready, so as soon as midnight hits, so I can pick up that one. But whatever you get done, it's just something that you want to do or something you want to get done. I've told myself I wanted to work on Christmas a lot this year, and of course I'm in the season, so it feels good.
I know.
I may change my mind come March.
We do, don't we? We tend to do that.
You make plans and then make resolutions, and then they get broken, like go to the gym. So anyway, that's kind of the 12 by 12, but a lot of what I showed you is what I'm going to work on because it's ready. The thread's there, the material's there. I'm already kind of got it started, so I'll work on it for an hour and then move on to something else or stay with it a little bit longer if I'm in a groove. So there's no rules. Okay, where are we now? I guess we can start whips.
Did you want to talk? Do you have a blessing sampler?
I do have a blessing sampler.
So a blessing sampler, the idea behind a blessing sampler is, and I've heard several people talk about it, no one seems to know who originated it, and actually my friend Leslie has done it for years too, so it just might be something that's been a tradition with Stitchers for a while, is there's a piece that you start on the 1st of January and you try to finish it before the end of the month. And the idea is that it's a blessing sampler because it blesses your needle for the entire year. And so some people pick bigger projects, some a little challenging, and some pick smaller. And so
I picked smaller. This came from Asbury Echoes, Rhonda Minor, and it says, "Bless this year with joy and peace." I figured, can't get any more blessing sampler than that. It's not really a sampler, but my blessing stitch. So, her Etsy shop is Asbury Echoes. She also has a Flosstube. I love her. So, anyway, this is my blessing sampler.
I have my very fancy bag from Amazon. I went back and forth on what to do, and I really wanted to start this. We received this at Sampler Symposium last year from Needlework Press, and it was Sister Samplers, Sophia and Lavinia Peer. And I am going to do Sophia's, I believe.
Oh, that's pretty.
There's one that, as you can see, there's one that's a little more composed, I would say, and uniform, and then there's one where she just, was exuberant in choosing her motifs. And I'm sorry, I'm going to do kind of the one that's a little more sedate. And when I was up at Country Sampler in October, they did a conversion for me from the silks to kind of the muted colors similar to the original sampler.
Really?
And I love these. I just love these so much.
Oh,
so I'm going
that's
to
going to be really pretty.
I love
oh,
that.
that's going to be
it's
really.
on. This was the fabric. I think I actually picked this out, and they thought this would work well. 40 count sack lunch by Shakespeare's Peddler.
Those dark colors are going to look great on there.
I love this. So it's not huge. What is this one is? Lavinia was the one that was, I guess, a little more composed. I'm not seeing the size. I looked at the numbers and I didn't think it was too bad. So 220 is the width. 220 is the width, but that's not a super involved
It's not as long.
motif. And by 210.
And it looks like a pretty simple border.
I think so.
It's
We
gonna be
shall
very
see.
pretty.
It's going to be a challenge, but I would be so happy if I could get this done and on my wall.
Well, just in staying with plans, I got Winter Rose Manor. We shared. So I know this isn't. I'm late to the party, but
I haven't done that either.
you haven't done it either. I've been wanting to do it for such a long time. The fabric I picked out was.
Oh, that was perfect for it.
Picture This plus Highland.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
But
Has some
I wanted a little
green
green.
in it.
I wanted green.
I really like that.
Kind of a green background. So it definitely shows green, but it's a pretty neutral green. And I haven't put them on a ring yet. I picked out the colors, or called for colors. So I think they'll be pretty. So even if I just, put, an hour a day or something like that, I want to work on this. I want it on my wall. And this was a very pretty bag.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is
quilt, right? Or no?
No, I thought it was ragtag.
I thought one has that, but maybe not.
Oh,
I have
gosh.
one like that too. Who
Okay.
did that.
Very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
We get this at Quilter Station.
No, that's too small. I
Okay.
think for theirs, isn't it?
Okay.
So, whip parade.
I have one more
Okay.
plan. Oh, I want to show my Santa. Here's my
Actually, think it's that whip parade.
okay.
Oh, he's pretty.
My Hello Santa, and I am doing Dear Santa. This has a sewing theme under the Christmas tree. And I love the board that it's on too. I think that's from Chantel. Anyway, okay. Now, ta-da! It's time for a whip. Oh, I'm going to do that on hog bristle, 36 count hog bristle. And I think 99% of it was DMC. So that's going to be really pretty on there.
Pretty colors.
Got this from Christine, Paula's hand. Okay.
Oops, in the bag?
Yeah.
Who did the bag?
I've had this bag for, I think I bought it the first year that, Jordy's Handmade.
Okay.
And it came with a pouch, it's got a pouch, and then I have a bigger bag. I think it's more of a crochet bag.
Okay.
But anyway, I love this bag.
I love that too. Very cool. All right.
Oh, my last plan. Sorry.
Oh, I like
Because I've had this kitted for a couple years. Dames in the Needle, 36 count, Rocking Horse Holiday by Artful. I've like I said, I've had this kitted. There's no reason why I hadn't started it, so this is the year, 2025. Okay. No order. This was the other bag that went with it, with my Santa Claus bag. It's kind of a crochet bag, but
Has Pepper been in it while we were...
I don't know. I think Winnie's. Oh no, this is the embroidery on the Santa. Never mind. Oh, that was a big cloth embroidery, but I hadn't done anything more on it.
Pepper would be really interested if she saw that thread.
Like I said, this is in no order. I tried to do it in seasons, and as I looked, I had pulled in and out of it and put things back out of order, and so I'll just go by the bag. This was a Stitch Quarterly from Fat Quarter Shop.
Oh,
Fall is in the Air. I love that little fox. And I saw someone had done this, and they didn't. I'm trying to think. They put Fall in the Air at the bottom, and not the whole tree. And I thought that was such a cute idea, but I didn't start that way. So this is on 32 count Belfast Dapple Gray. And this is what I've got done. He will be really cute.
I went through and I started organizing mine and putting them in my book for next year by the order in which I started them, which was, gave me some interesting insights. So my oldest whip, I believe, is Jane Plenderleaf. This was part of one of the, it was called Country Samplers ABC Schoolgirl Needlework Club. So I believe it came out in 2019 and I started it. This was when I did Stitch Mania in 2020, I believe. This is an embarrassing start and I did not work on it at all this year. It's on that 36 count, I believe, Weeks Straw. And I love this. I still want to get back and get going on that.
Wasn't it Kindred Stitcher that said a start is a start? I think she said that.
And it's in a Stitch Folk bag, one of my older Stitch Folk bags.
This is Merry Christmas by Blackbird. And this is sad. I'm almost done with this, you guys.
We're really close to being done.
I'm very close to being done. So that's how much I've got done. So I just have a little bit, well, like that quarter down there at the bottom. I love this one. I don't know why I didn't finish it before Christmas. But I'll get back on it. And that's in a Blackbird fabric bag. So it's pretty.
This is another one from Stitch Mania 2020, Sampler Roll by Samplers Not Forgotten. And another one part of the ABC Girls Club. And these houses, it describes them as country houses, but they really remind me of a very famous row of houses in the Cotswolds. I can't remember what town they're in. This is another one I have a very tiny start on. I did get back and work on this some last year. I believe this is on Weeks Gray. And
look at those little sweet houses.
So,
oh my gosh.
them. I really working on plans for things for next year. I don't think I was going to do Whipco, but I do want to have a way to touch some of these older pieces and get some more progress.
I have thought about that, but I'm not too sure I'm that disciplined to keep up with it. So, but I need to, I don't know, I'm so flighty. Count Your Blessings by Lottie Da. So I didn't get too much done on this, but this is on cookie dough, 32 count, needle blade. So I got this much done. But this fabric, I love this fabric. This has become my new favorite fabric. And the fabric's from Needle Bling. And I love this little bag. I don't know who made it, but someone made me a little Lenny tag.
That was from Darlie.
Oh, that's right. And it says "Just Between Friends" in the back.
I knew your Darlie.
And I think I'll just be happy today.
Oh,
that's my mantra.
And it's glittery like you.
You should see it. Can you see my sparkles on my sweater? I got my holiday.
Very nice.
My rock New Year's Eve.
Oh, I don't think I have anything sparkly.
You do have sparkling.
I do have a little bit. Yeah,
yes, you do.
It's kind of hard. You have to light just right. This was another Country Sampler exclusive from 2020, I believe. It came out in the spring, and it's the Martha Jefferson sampler. I'll get going on this. This is on Weeks Cocoa. I don't think I did any more work on it this year. Maybe I did just a little bit. I am really anxious to get to the alphabet, so I have a long ways to go on this one, but it is so pretty.
Got my thread mixed.
I just undid all my little tags. Those are the colors for it. That white roof on this house just really makes this piece. So, like I said, I know that's available at Country Sampler. I don't know if that's available in other stores as well.
Say something. I love these needles. Took a little bit getting used to, but Sullivan's ball tip needles.
Those are nice needles.
They're really nice. I tell you what I like about them is when you push through your fabric and sometimes your needle will drop out of the bottom, or I use a hoop, but with that little ball on the top, it's hard to pick out. I will say that. You need to use a different picker if you make a mistake.
Oh, interesting.
Because that ball catches on your linen.
Oh.
But for sewing,
okay.
I love the sewing on this needle. They're kind of pricey, but they're my new favorite needles. All right, this is Mighty Acorn.
Oh, I have that one coming up too.
I know. So Mighty Acorn. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And if I remember,
enthusiastic about our stitching.
I know, and if I remember right,
look at this.
I think more needles. I think I got a pretty good start on it.
I do not. So,
and see, it's not very big.
That's what we keep telling ourselves.
One stitch, two stitch, one, two. But I think I got quite a bit started on it. Not that I'm done. I'm close to it. But it's a beautiful. What did I say? This is when I didn't keep track of my fabric. I'm sorry. It's an 18 count. Oh, 18 count Ren. I just remembered. 18 count Ren.
That's pretty.
So
mine might be on Ren too. Plum Street Stamplers, the Gather In. I know a lot of people did this, and I was so excited when this came out.
Remember, these needles are in here.
March of 2022, rather. I had a lot of starts, and I did not realize been working on this that long, but I did make some progress on that this year.
Yes, you did.
The house, the window here with the horse, some more grass, put in all the little pumpkins in the grass, and so I like the colors on closer. It was stitched on 36 count graham cracker, but I know mine's on 36.
I forgot to say on my Mighty Oak, I'm using all the Vicki Claytons. silks on that.
Pretty.
So I think that's why I like it so well.
Oh, I bet.
It has like a little
Such a
sheen to
pretty
it.
tin. You got those in. And this one, I'm having trouble getting this in the bag. This is a vintage owl lady bag. If you are interested in her bag, she posts on Facebook when she has a new one that's coming up, and not Facebook, I'm sorry, on Instagram, and you have to pop over to her shop right away and get them.
Ooh, I have to watch for that.
This has a lot of glosses. So I need to get this.
Well, this is
Get a little more done so this bag is not so big.
I put a little bit of everything in here, so I have some of my embroidery. And this is coming back from the crabapple Pocusville. Yeah, Hocus Pocusville. I always think of Olivia when I see this. I love her quill on the wall when she does this. Mm-hmm. And it's taken me a little time. I did set it aside for a little bit. I love my bag.
I do too.
It came with a...
Looks like a little bewitched bag.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Bewitched.
Doesn't it look like Samantha? Anyway, I did get... And I set it aside, and I'll bring it back out. But it's fun, but it's so small. So, but it's going to be pretty.
Another one I started in March of 2022 was Jane Cowie by the Scarlet House. I really love this one. This is always, when I do Sampler Guild of the Rockies, my challenge piece. This is always my challenge piece, and I did just a very little bit on it last year, and I wish this is also on 40 count weeks diet cocoa. Sorry, now I'm getting you.
I said, wait a minute, I felt something.
And I'm using MPI silks on this. Colors are beautiful. There's a little cartouche here. I need to work on that cartouche. I believe it's over 1. The words are over around 1. This is one I really, really want to see on my wall someday. So. And this is one of those, I should not have it in this. I need to clean this bag up because... And I think this is a Quilter Station bag where I have the ink coming out. So I need to put it in plastic or...
I use fingernail polish remover.
Okay.
And that came right off.
Yeah, I need to do that. And put my thing in a sleeve so it's not white.
Don't have the ink on.
Like that.
Oh, this is from Carolyn Manning. It's called Jane's Joy. It's like my Halloween one that I started. And I had to put a few in there, but not too much. It will take a long time. Oh. I got a nice big piece of fabric.
Oh, I love that.
And I think it goes this way.
Yes, her designs are just so joyful.
It's just fun to do. I mean, but each...
Well, yeah, but even those little squares have a lot of work.
111 stitches in each square.
It's not like something you're going to sit down and whip out in 10 minutes.
So I'll get back into it, but it does, I'm so much, well, you'll see it. I'm not that much further along in the Halloween one, but I gotta put some more time into it.
To work on. We both do.
We'll never
before
not have anything to do.
My next one is one that we got at Quilter Station Retreat by Chessie and me. It's the Acorns and Crows Cross Stitch House. And during the retreat, we painted this little paper mache house.
Oh, I remember that.
I have like very little to show for this. I have not gotten back to this. I do like it, so I do need to get back to that.
Well, I had lost the pattern. I had the picture.
Oh,
but
let me know. I can. You found it.
Yeah, I found it.
Here's the inside of the needle book. Just so sweet. And this is in a bag that my friend Shelley made for me. She went to the library and got out a book that shows you how to make bags and made the bag for me.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's a nice carrying size.
Shelley from my church small group.
This is my mess from the Christmas.
Well,
it has, I don't know, 50 colors to it or something.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Like those Hawk Run Hollow floss rings have a lot.
But it's a mess. Okay.
Happy mess.
Happy mess. All right. Oh, see, that's about
me too,
pretty
yeah.
thick too. Put that behind it. Miss Raven's Pumpkin Sampler. I started it this fall. I love this one. I like it. This was a legacy picture this plus 14 count. So it's a little. Whoops. Whoops. Just use the needle.
Well, it's bigger than what you would think it would be.
Well, it's on 14 count, so.
Okay.
But it'd make a. I think it'll fit into
great.
an 8 by 10 or.
I'm going to put it up a little bit.
Sorry. So that's a fun one. And again, I saw it finished and I went, oh man,
That's
I wish
really
I'd
pretty.
finished that this fall.
Yes.
But another thing to get right on it.
This, I think, was started in July of, I'm sorry, this one was also in March of 2022 when I started a bunch all at once.
Sticker.
It's Jane Baxter by Victorian Rose Needle Arts. This was another, and I got the country sampler conversion for this. It's on 36 count stars hollow blend. I did work a little more on this year. I think that's a peacock. I always call him a turkey. I get it out at Thanksgiving time because it's really pretty fall colors, I think, and he reminds me of a turkey, but I love this one. I really love this one. So you're probably noticing in 2021 and 22 and 20, I started a lot of samplers. I started a lot of really big samplers. I think that's pretty much, other than the piece from our retreat, I think the theme was, let's start all the big things.
Well, and then I feel like I'm starting bigger things when I usually do smaller
and then not
things.
work on them.
And then I start something else.
Yes.
Well, speaking of, here's my Halloween Carolyn Manning. Now we'll see how much I really got done on it. So, on the same premise as the Christmas one. And I didn't even know they had the Christmas one until, I don't know, I found it by accident. So I want to start that one. I'm going to start work on that one. And it too doesn't have as many, but there's the threads. I love this bag. Okay, let's see what I really did on it. Not very much. Got that much done on it. But it's bright and
Yes, it is.
Halloweeny, and I love it.
Very whimsical.
I want to get them both done this year and get them on the wall for season. This came in the bag isn't this the bag that I got at Color and Cotton?
Color and Cotton.
Yeah. Thank you, Jamie.
With everything coordinating.
Yep. Jamie says, oh, look, there's a pouch. Oh, look, there's a bag.
So we enable each other.
So anyway, I got this at Color and Cotton. It's so cute.
Those colors are pretty.
Very colorful.
Okay, now we're up to, oh no, I'm not sure. This I think is April. Let me see. Yeah, I started this April 1st of 2022.
Oh, that's another thing I need to learn is I put it in my book of days, but I need to write it and put it in my bag.
I got these Tiger Lily project cards, and it really helps. But then I start things and don't, so I have to go back and review.
But I haven't learned that yet.
I have this. It's kind of covered up, but you have. I'm sure at some point you have seen Anton Uffendell, and I have seen this finished when I've been at the attic on the brag table. It is so glorious.
I was gonna say, I just can't imagine it not being beautiful.
It has a lot of flosses, and I got the Vicky Clayton silks for this, so I wouldn't have to be assembling all of those flosses. And I have this on one of my frames. So this is actually upside down, but that's all I have. I did not touch this last year. So that is another one I really want to get back to, because that's another one I would really love to see on my wall someday. It'd be such a wonderful accomplishment to finish that.
this all
Back in here.
Well, this is my feast of friendship. I'm sorry, didn't get this one ironed. So I started with the house first, and then moving over. So I have the urn, and well, all this to do up here. But again, it's not that big. I mean, size-wise, it's not that big, but
house,
it's
so yeah. There, I mean,
I'm glad I got the
there's
house
a lot
done.
of solid stitching in that.
But this urn has me intimidated, so that's why I haven't picked it back up yet.
Are there multiple colors in that? Or?
Yeah, well, I got off in the. I need to rip it out.
Oh, it has a slub in the fabric.
Yep,
right?
and I don't know how to fix it, so I may not do anything. It's outlined. This is all one color in the middle, and then it's got a outline on the back side. But I got a big slub right smack dab in the middle. So I'm trying not to look at it because I don't want to take that out.
I have pulled out a few fibers
it just
from
goes right
slubs before.
Down the middle.
Just really carefully picked out some fibers to make it less noticeable.
And look, see how tiny
it is. Your
and
stitches
then,
are very tiny.
But you get in the middle there, and it's like doubled. So I may have missed the slub. I don't know. So I'm frustrated with it right now.
That's a tricky thing to work around.
Yeah.
This one was started July of 2022. This came out at market, and I think I got very excited about it and had to start it. And it's Christy Baron by Erica Michaels. Kind of a motif sampler with a saying at the top. And so a little different than a lot of the other things I have done. And I'm working on, this is on 40 count Ren. Just got the tiniest bit done, and I have not touched this again
color.
this year.
I think I do like that.
Those flowers are so pretty. And then here's the flosses for it. I just have the overdyed flosses.
Do you guys have a pen and pencil?
Yes.
A pen and pencil. But maybe you might need paper too.
And this bag is in a just
I love that.
Just crossing stitches bag.
That's a pretty bag.
Yeah, pretty. Yeah, so when I, every now and then when I go and get in one of my organizing moods, that's when I think I originally did all my project cards. And then I look at this needle minder as like a little Edwardian lady. Isn't she cute?
I love all your needle. I like your little tiny ones.
Oh, yeah.
I love your little tiny needle minders. Okay, this is from who does those bags with the hearts on?
I'm not sure. Oh, happy stitching?
Oh,
no, or is that
that
just
is a So Much to Love. I knew that. So it was in a So Much to Love bag.
That's pretty. And
and then the other side says Happy Stitching. So this is my old Reverend. So Reverend Gordon Squash Bottom. Roberta's birthday, 2 years ago?
last year.
Oh, was it just last
bad.
year? Okay, well, not too bad then.
23.
So, but this is all I got done on him.
Don't make me older than I am.
I'm always going to be older than you. So, but I like it. I don't remember what fabric it's on. I don't have it written down. And then, so this is from Not Forgotten Farm. I know it's 36, but I don't know what it is.
Okay. This is Hummingbird's Garden by Samplers Not Forgotten. This was a piece that we received at the Silver Needle Retreat in this is another piece. July of 2022 is when I started this.
Dear.
And I know the Delaware Historic Valley Sampler Guild did this as a stitch along last year, and I joined so I could get the plans. Have I done it? Here's the plans. If you want to complete it in a year. And this is, so far, I just did this one band. It's on 36 count beige by Weeks Dye Works. And I love this. I think it is so pretty, and I like, you know, each of these bands are different stitching, different stitches, and so pretty. I love that.
Our Stitch Club had set this up to do 2 years ago, and I had full intention to finish it, and I did see our girls finish it, and it is absolutely gorgeous.
And it was so pretty. People did it different size linen, different count of linen, different
frames,
colors.
Oh, it's just, it makes me so jealous because this is all I got done. And
I saw someone else on Instagram just finished it too, and yeah, I love that.
So this is a 36 count too. Nope, I didn't write it down. See what I learned this year?
And this bag is by Hummingbird Hollow, and I don't believe she does bags anymore. She used to do them and offer them where you could order them in different colorways, and I did love her bags. I think she does like arm cozies or something, but this one I did work on this year. This was another one we had received at a Quilter Station retreat, and it is Harvest Housewife by Jessie and me, and it is on 36 count buttermilk, I believe.
Done.
On that part, I think, because you still have the little things on the inside to do, the little stitching accessories. But like I said, I did work on this year. I'm down to the berry bowl, so I am hoping to get that one done by next year. And I know some gals from our stitch group finished it. It is really pretty.
You want to pause that? You want to pause yet?
Okay, and that's the inside.
Let's see, my next one, and this is something again that I've wanted to start for, I don't know when it came out, probably 4 years, was Cinnamon Stars. So I think I got I don't even know if I started it. Yes? Oh my gosh, look at this start. This is on a 20, I actually wrote a card on this one. Plum Street, 28 count lamb's wool with all the called for. I started it August of 24.
Oh, you just started that.
And I got, I got that. Look at that. Pitiful.
Well,
pitiful.
I have one to rival that too. So.
Oh, okay. I was like, gosh, and it's not even a dark color. Well, I need to refold the fabric anyway.
Okay. The next one is Mrs. Campbell by Hands Across the Sea. And I started this on our anniversary in 2022 because it's stitched in. She's from Oban. It says Mrs. Campbell, Oban, Scotland, and my husband and I that was one of the places where we stayed when we visited Scotland a couple of years ago. So I had, and you know, darn if I know what I did.
Oh,
here's my piece, my start, and this is, you know, like a little design. I think
like a chain stitch.
I guess.
Oh, I see what they've done.
And I think since it's on this side, that's on 40 count graham cracker. I was kind of thinking, it's not a bottom left start. I'm thinking it's maybe this
Oh,
side.
I bet it is.
I think it was a bottom right start, which would kind of make sense with the way I have the linen. So that's beautiful. That's going to take some, it's not a very big one, but you know, I just think
I do like the booklets. I still have Rosa Sugars I haven't finished.
Yeah.
But I do like the booklets, and they're so easy to read.
And I really should work on this. I have a Vera Soie for it.
You do.
That's another one I would like to get back to, so that's why I have to have a plan. I need to figure out a way to work on, dedicate some more time to some of these so they're not languishing. And you're saying, well, don't start so many things. Maybe if you didn't start so many things. And you would be right.
But I'm still going to start them, so. Okay, this is Primitive Hair Spooky Countdown. And I remember I was having a little bit of trouble with the fabric because I bought the Old Salem from Primitive Hair. And it's a little loosey, so I was having a little trouble keeping my line straight. But this is what I've got so far. So this one also reminds me of Olivia. Pumpkin Hollow. But see, it's a 30 count. See how loosey it is? Mm-hmm. So it's really kind of hard to stay.
Is this weeks? Is this like
it's
the
weeks, yeah.
non-Zweigart weeks?
Yeah. So trying to follow.
Oh.
And being 30, it's really... But it's fun. It's just I have to really keep my hoop tight.
Winnie just showed you my yoke by Blackbird Designs, and that is in Leaves of Autumn. Winds of Autumn.
Winds of Autumn. Are you having fun? Are we? Oh.
And I started at the bottom, and this is the one piece I have on 32 count. It's 32 count Legacy. It doesn't say a color.
Oh, it's up and down.
Just this 32 count Legacy. Is that by Picture This Plus, duh. And I am doing it with 2 threads because I did, I think it's the Americana. There's an Americana piece that I did in 1 strand, and it was just too ghosty for me, and I thought I don't want to make the mistake here because I love the way this looks. So the pattern calls for 2 strands over 32 count, and that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
And I might have worked just a tiny bit on this because I don't think I had the squirrel done. So yay, moving right along on this one.
Well, you got it done.
I know. And then all of the...
I love the colors.
Yes, all the pretty fall colors. So.
Okay. And this one I shouldn't even show, but again, this is one of the patterns I picked out probably the first year that I was stitching.
And you said you were kind of showing your fall things. That's why it's not like that's all you have. It's just...
No, I have three tubs of whips, and I just grabbed one and what was in it. So
that's why Lenny has a lot of fall and Christmas things, and mine are more random.
So it kind of... when I first started, I did spring and summer, and then fall and winter and Halloween, that era. But I just grabbed it out of the trunk. Okay, this one's the Cricket collection called the Skeleton Crew. And I just thought he was fun. It's like 16 men on a dead man's ship. I must have bought it in Halloween because I really thought it was fun. But, as you can see, I don't even know what's the top and the bottom. Because there's the mask, but I guess it goes up. That's all I got done. But I love the fabric. I mean, it's a 14 count, but I love that green, sagey, moody, stormy.
That was the one, that's all that I pulled, so.
Okay, this is the fabric I got. Oops, it goes this way.
Claire, is that?
Fabric, the Haunted Witch House from Fabric Flair. It's a 28 even weave. And I seen it done, but they put all the monsters along the bottom as they were walking through the forest there. And I brought it out. Oh, shoot, I left the hoop in. Try to get that out. So I think it'll be fun when it gets finished with all the greens and the blacks. And
you don't even notice that when you get the little animals in there.
Yeah. So, and then kind of... Oh, this is my... Oh, see, I got ink on that one. This is my Jardin Privé Lady Halloween. And I did it in this color. So, and she's pretty good. I'm almost done with her. Well, kind of. But I got a lot done. I did work on that this year. But again, you work with the 3 colors. It's like, okay, I'm ready to move on. But she's really cute.
She is very cute.
She's very cute. Okay. And just 2 more. And this is the one that we were given. Oh. Be careful with that. We were given a gift of the Harvest Blessing Stony Creek. And this is really hard. I started it and then I restarted it. But this is...
it's so great on that fabric.
Isn't it pretty though? But it's hard to keep track of that. So I got to really focus on this one. So I kind of put it away for the time being.
That.
But hopefully I can get it back out.
What is the linen?
It was... It was in a bag.
Okay.
I have no idea.
That's perfect. But I do. This one is
yeah,
a little more gold, but it looks great with that.
It matches really well. But I have no idea. I do think it's 36.
That's pretty.
So I think I'll put that on top so it doesn't stick. Okay, and my last one. Oh, no, my last one.
Oh, it's
I love
a
this
pretty bag.
And this is Carrie Sews For You bag.
Oh, I love that.
I love this. And inside of it, guess what's inside? The Foxy Lady. Foxy Fall. And this is another really hard one. Because it changes colors.
You picked a lot here that only have a few colors on them.
I know, thinking it was going to be easy. This, and Carrie also sent this little pouch that came along with it. So
cute. I love that
fabric. I do.
I wonder who's the fabric.
I don't know. I haven't seen it before, but when I saw it, I snatched it right up. And
I wish I knew who made different quilt fabrics. I wish I knew more about that.
And it only had 4 colors in it. And there's my green again that I like. That's it. That's all I got. And I think just in looking at this, it breaks up. I mean, it's really cool, but it breaks up. Again, you have to count really carefully.
And I recognize those floss tags.
Wonder who gave me those. All right, guys. That's it for...
This portion
of our whips.
Okay, so this is where last year I started out and I listed all my whips, and I like that this book has a place where you can put the start date. And so this year when as I going through, I am putting them in order of starts because I like to be nerdy like that, and I like to know what my oldest whip is. And what I noticed is here, these starts are all, tend to be more later in the year. And look, they're finished already. So all of these things that started a long time ago haven't been finished. The newer things that are smaller pieces, I finished faster. So I don't know, maybe I am more of a finish stitcher than what I thought I was. Or maybe less of a monogamous makes me less likely to work on those. That was just something, if I didn't keep this, I wouldn't have realized that about myself, as silly as it sounds.
And that's really a great idea. And I all I did was write down my whips, but I do have 3 full pages of notebooks of whips, so we probably only hit about 20 or so of them, maybe today. But I do think I'm stitching better now than I did, of course, when I first started. So some of them that I started a long time ago, I still want to finish them, but I'm not as likely to finish them because when I look at my finishes, a lot of them are brand new things that I started that month and then finished that month because I really like doing them and I like the fabric that I was using. And
a lot of times for me it's seasonal stuff and I get it done and I want to display it and I can display it right away, I think. So it is a little more instant gratification. So looking at this, it looks like I have 60 starts and whips in 2024 and so far 20 finishes, so I must have around 40 whips.
It looks like I did kind of follow what I first wrote down because we did cover these. So I have, up to this point, as of 12/1, I have 69 whips. And of those, because they're old, I already took that one off. So I really haven't finished any of these yet. But yet I have...
Some you're close. I mean,
some are really close, but some... But I did finish
starts,
50-something projects, but a lot of them were like starting and finishing, and then some big finishes. So you want to start?
Okay. One things I just recently learned from Sherry Colorado Cross Stitcher is that when you hear the terms for linen country mocha and vintage country mocha, it's the same thing. They're not two different linens.
I thought they were different.
Nope. She said it's the same thing.
Really, I think organization was kind of a key for me because I seem to spend more time looking for something than just going to go get it. So I'm getting better at keeping my floss updated. I mean, I went through my floss again, floss that I've used, and instead of buying new floss because I can't see it on the ring, because it's in a box. So I'm kind of keeping it better. I don't like to spend a whole lot of time on it because I'd rather be stitching. But it does help to be organized and have the tools that you need. So that's one thing I've learned.
Well, and going along with that, what I realized this year is not every project needs a full skein of floss. And so I was going through, right before I left, I did a lot of organizing of Christmas things that I had kitted up. And I would look at the pattern, and it's like, well, this just has a little bit of it. You can just see a little area where they're using this. So I would pull maybe 2 strands of floss from another project. And I can check my spreadsheet and see which projects has this floss in it. And then I ordered wherever I had holes. But just being able to pull some floss from other projects helps,
without buying them.
Keeps you from ending up with a lot that you'll never use.
And then again, on that tone, or on that note, you don't always have to have the color that it states. Now, if I'm doing a big project and it's going to be in a big picture, yes, I always buy the called for colors. But if I'm doing ornaments or something like that, I did a red and a green and a gold and a dark color, and and it works out just perfect. Or some other people had suggested to make a Christmas box of your threads, and so anytime you do Christmas, you have a box ready for Christmas. Or a softer palette. Brenda Gervais uses a lot of the same colors, and Blackbird does too. So you can kind of put a kit together, and like whenever you're working with those. And but anyway, I do find that the organization was a big key for me, and also writing down my fabric.
Yeah.
It's taken me 4 years to figure that out. But
well, this is scary. We're thinking along the same lines, because I had another thing on color that I was thinking about too. And yeah, I think Lori Holt, had mentioned that she keeps a floss ring that has her favorite reds and greens on it. So that's a good idea. But the other color tip I learned was, again, from Sherry Colorado Cross Stitcher, about color conversions. And she had one Flosstube video. If I can remember which one it is, I'll link it below. But she had, she showed how she would take a magazine. Well, I can take this and I pull these colors based on this magazine to, complete my cross stitch to use the floss for this cross stitch piece. That's been helpful. I think I am doing more trying to pull floss from my stash, and and doing some color conversions just to use up some more of this floss from my stash. So that's been helpful. Labeling bags. If I have stuff waiting, kitted up and ready to go, I don't always know what's in the bag. So
or I've changed bags.
Tags. Yeah. Or if you're
I don't know. Maybe I'll put that scarf back on. I like the color.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, I'll just do it like that.
And it's warm here today. It's in the 50s, I think.
Surprisingly, yeah.
And so I almost thought, I need to turn the AC.
I had my car. It was set lower just because it was so humid. But let's see. I think the labels on our project bags was probably one of the. It took me the longest time to do, but I think it was probably the most helpful, especially when setting up the whip parade.
And then I have 2 more on storage as well. I'm still trying to work out what works best for me for floss storage. I will have to insert a picture of some that I just bought recently, and I've been converting. Whenever I buy DMC, I put it on these floss rings, and they're thinner. They're plastic, so they're reusable, and I want to. And they're thinner so that the ones I got before were kind of thick, and you can only get a few on each, floss ring. But the other thing I like, and these were from Tiger Lily from one of her keeper boxes last year. I like when they have a little extra slot for your thread that you use but don't finish, because when I put it on here,
it gets tangled.
Yes, it's really hard to pull it off again. So I find it's really functional. And even when I have the paper floss rings, I will punch now another hole that I can put my leftover floss on to make it easier to pull it off. So
that's what I was going to say. Just take another hole punch and punch a hole in the bottom.
Like this one. I like this one. I have just kind of helps hand in front of the camera. Just a tiny bit of floss on here, and I put it on there, and it'll be really easy to pull it off when I'm ready to use that. And I don't like to waste floss either, so that's helpful for me. Okay. Anything else? Oh, the one other thing I learned this year is how to do a pin stitch. I will usually do that for starting now. I don't know how to do it yet for finishing off, but
you need to show me how to do that, because I tried to teach myself.
Oh, Nicola Parkman had a good video, but yeah, I can show you how to do it. And then another tip from Catherine Adrian, who does that, is to leave a longer tail when you do it. If you try to be too frugal with your thread and leave too small a tail, it pulls through.
I was going to say, I leave a longer tail, and then I try to wrap my thread around the tail to lock it in the back. I don't want to say that. I don't think I said that right. You can weave it. Kind of weave the tail through. But
that's what I.
But as far as finishing, all I've been doing is kind of running it through the back thread. But okay, well, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of things that I have retained and getting better at. I knew it, but just learning to be a better stitcher.
And well, my other one is not necessarily just stitching related, but boy, I need a memo pad near when I'm watching YouTube videos.
I was thinking you remember it, and then it's like, oh, I remember that.
Like, oh, that's a simple name, I'll remember that. And it's not even stitching products. I was watching Nicole Spohr, and she was talking about this nail product she uses, and I thought, okay, and that sounds good. I think I'm going to give that a try, because I usually have good nails, but I don't want to go to a salon, because I've done it when I do it. It doesn't even last a week. I'm messing my nails up, and so I'd rather do it at home. And anyway, do you think I could remember what that product was called? So I went through, and this was like her Christmas Vlogmas. I'm going through all of these videos and scanning it. I mean, I wasted so much time doing that. So keep a notepad. Take notes.
That's a good tip.
So, yeah.
Speaking of Vlogmas, I just want to share one thing. I did share it on my Instagram, but Lori, Textilist, had shown this video, this tutorial, and I used a spool on the bottom to stand it up.
Idea.
But I was laying in my bag. But anyway, you take a paperback book and you fold it a certain way, and watch Lori's tutorial on this. It should be under her Vlogmas. This was the funnest thing to make, and I think it turns out really cute. You can finish them any way you want to. You can spray paint them. I think we used to do this at one point in time. Back in my memory, Mom did this, probably. And then we spray painted it.
Yeah, didn't someone say they used to do that with Reader's Digest books or something?
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, this was a fun fun thing to make for Christmas. Okay. Well, I want to
We
chat.
did want to share things to make your stitching easier, or
Yeah.
so. Okay.
Pass our knowledge.
Vast wisdom along to you.
So we still have some more to share. And then I have
continues.
And then I have a whole roll full of finished Christmas projects in the past years. They're not fully finished, but they're finished. So I have to. Now that I found out that Hobby Lobby doesn't charge as much for framing, I think a lot of these will be framed. And then I was at the antique store the other day, and I found something fell. And I found this ABC book of Santa's, Christmas Remembered. I love these old books to look at. This one I thought was really a neat idea. They have ABCs in this.
Back in the day,
remember?
You used waistcloth and did that on your sweatshirts.
There's one in particular.
What a lot of work, and
I thought these were really cute.
Goodness. Oh, sure. They're like little animal crackers.
Yes. Look at these little stand-up snowmen. Aren't they
adorable.
cute?
They stand the test of time. They don't look dated. Don't waste your time on your sweatshirts that you're going to wash, and they're not going to look the same.
Oh, this is the other one I thought was really cool.
My goodness.
Look at this.
What an heirloom piece this would be.
This is awesome. So these are all stand-ups. So Santa and the reindeer. And the pattern shows they have 4 reindeer bodies but different heads. So you can take the same body and then put the heads to make different reindeers. I just thought that, is this not a legacy or what? Mm-hmm. Anyway, so I thought that was cool.
Do you have some haul?
No.
Oh my goodness. Well, I feel bad. I have a bit of a haul.
Oh, well, I have the no, I really don't.
This was in the Tiger Lily box. She gave us these patterns for Holly Jolly and Joy.
Look at her bright colors.
I know. Well, she did it kind of in 2 colorways. Sorry, this is going to crinkle. She did it in 2 colorways for those who like a little more muted, and then those who are more like the bright things. And I guess I don't think she sent us fabric that had been cut. So I think I must have pulled this thinking I was going to start one, but I'm not sure what that was. Then she also gave us these forbidden fiber flosses that are really pretty.
I really like that that green and red.
Mm-hmm. And I like the Holly Jolly one as well. I've seen several people do these. I did not have the Christmas one because I did the Christmas at Hollyberry Farm, and I thought that was enough of that border of those pine needles, but I do love the drum, so I'd like to do that. Scarlet Letter. Did you show this? Someone showed this finished. Maybe it was Tara Sullivan.
Oh, I think it was.
I loved it, and I did not have it, so I picked that up. From the Jingle Ball and Liz Matthews exclusive shop.
I love that cardinal.
This was a collaboration between her and her mother, Kathy Barrick, you could only get during Jingle Ball, but it will probably be released in a year, so I did pick that up. I love that. That wreath is so pretty. And then Linny enabled me. She had showed, sorry, crinkling. This one. She showed this Santa at her last video, and someone asked where that pattern was or how to get that pattern. It's part of this set of Kris Kringles from Prairie Schooler. I got this from Spun Sugar Quilt Designs. Yeah,
I love
and I
all
just
those
love
Santa
them.
Clauses.
Those are all very cool. So
I like the designs that's in their coats. There's a design and
all the coats.
a lot of the coats.
Yeah, they're all wonderful. I picked this new design up from Hobby House.
I love that.
I know, and I think think it was Lori Holt was doing some of these in green and white, and it looked really nice in that too.
I like that green idea.
I thought that was pretty. This was my Christmas present to me from my husband. That, you know how we do it. And then this is one of the scissor holders that you buy in England, and I will have to put his name in here because I'm forgetting it. My little mind has gone blank. It has a little mouse.
I would say, can you see the little mouse at the top?
The little mouse that has a little needle holder under it. It is just adorable.
It is so sweet.
And my husband said he could drill more holes for me if I like. So yeah, he's enabling my scissor collecting habit as well. And it comes with a design that you can put around the base. And I don't know, I'll have to check on the sizing of this, but I always also liked that scissor holder design from Hobby House.
This will look a little taller, but I guess you just have to get another one.
Yes. And this
Happy birthday to me!
This is based on this antique sampler, is my understanding, and I don't know if the whole design has been released yet, but there were several projects based on that design.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I guess this scissor holder and the drum were two of them. This I found in an antique shop, and I was at Greenwood actually, and I ran into Alma in the street between antique shops, and I kind of fangirled her. I'm sorry, Alma. I know you don't watch our videos, but we had a nice visit, and so anyway, I was surprised she didn't pick this up because she had just been in the antique store before me. But this is a beautiful frame by CC and Company, and Mary at the shop said, well, that's probably a such and such frame. I don't know what that is, but it's a very nice frame. But the dedication on the back just breaks my heart. Mom, this cross stitch is a little different than the others. I chose it because crows and sunflowers seem to be your thing, but more important, it was the saying that caught my eye. These days, I'll hold it up so you can see it while I read. These days, there are so many people going so many different directions, it makes you wonder if they know who they really are. We couldn't be luckier to have the unique family we do. Aww. We are all so in touch with each other. The importance of what it is to love and the role God plays in our lives. So remember each time you glance at this that we are birds of a feather and will always flock together.
I have goosebumps.
I know.
1994.
Merry Christmas,
Oh,
1994.
how lovely.
I know. So I just had to pick that up. That was so pretty. And then, I meant to show this first. A wonderful, amazing viewer, Laura, sent us this adorable card. And then she sent us all these patterns for
thank you, Laura.
To look through and to share. And so I don't think we'll do it today because it's just been a hectic season, but probably next video we'll start pulling some of these and sharing them with all of you. These are,
that's so nice. Thank you, Laura.
So generous. Teresa Kogut's book.
Wow.
I mean, she was very just, Teresa Kogut chart. There's threadwork primitives in here, luminous fiber arts, JBW. Just a lot of wonderful, wonderful, wonderful patterns that she said she had duplicates of and wanted to share with all of you. So thank you.
Thank you. Lovely.
That was just, absolutely lovely. I wanted to show you the framed piece that I got back. I had stitched this a while ago, Caroline Amelia 12. Just recently, our local framing company every now and then has a sale on framing. So I took it in and got it framed, and I'm excited to get this up on my wall.
God, that's gorgeous.
This will be the start to the sampler wall, and maybe a little incentive to me to get back to some of those samplers that I loved and started and finish some of them so Caroline can have company.
Very beautiful.
I love the frame.
The frame is
beautiful selection. All right. So, friends, I think that's it.
I guess. I mean, it's like, wow.
We got kind of a pile here. We will be back in 2 weeks. I think we're kind of back more. We'll be more on a regular schedule. And we will continue with our whip parade, and we will talk about our plans for 2025, our stitching plans. And I have some ideas. I'll probably kind of work out the details for that. Start sharing our new book of days are tracking.
Yes, I got to get one. And we'll have, if for those that are doing 12 by 12, we'll have that to share a little bit, or what we got done on New Year's Eve. So just a lot more to come.
It's exciting. I mean,
2024 was a fun year.
Yes.
Stitching. I just love to stitch. I can just do it all night, which sometimes I do. But gosh, it's a lot of fun.
Brings so much happiness and joy. And it was just when I was in Colorado, we were in a store and I was on the hunt for something, and I overheard two of the workers there talking, and the one lady was saying that her daughter got into cross stitch, and she was talking about stuff that she had picked up for her. And so I tried not to be a stalker, but I saw she walked off later, a little bit later, and so I said, "Oh, ma'am, I overheard you talking, and and you have a wonderful cross-stitch store out here." And her daughter had picked up cross-stitch because of anxiety issues, and she said what a blessing it's been to her, how that, the mindfulness of cross-stitch just really helps calm her and help her. It's just been very helpful for her. And so I, of course, told her about Sherry and the Colorado cross-stitch store and their group, and so hoping to...
Good.
Maybe she can make some connections there, and just to have a local cross-stitch store. It's just so fun to go in and see things in person, and the wide variety of patterns available, and the flosses and linens. So we're blessed.
Enjoy.
We're so blessed by so many things, and the biggest thing, I know you feel the same way, is the people that we meet.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the things I was going to say that I learned this year is just how much the people in this community bring so much joy to all the others around them, and you can visit with them, and you don't know them, and you can just talk to them, and everybody, because you share this common hobby, and it's not just a hobby, it's become just such a part of my life. It's kind of like exercising, and it's just such a joy to bring out a needle and pick something up and start. So
well, and the saying on this birds of a feather flock together,
don't we?
I mean, and it's just, that's so true for all of us too. We really get each other because of our love of stitching and creating and learning and growing. And so we're just glad to be part of this community. We thank each of you for watching our videos, for the kind comments you leave, for contacting us. We're meeting someone tomorrow at Quilter Station who is visiting in town, and we're just always happy to make those connections and put a face with a name, and
just
hope to see more of you as we.
This 2025, I love a new year. I just love a new year. I love the excitement of the new year. I love wrapping up the old year and looking what I did, what I didn't do, what I want to do. Adventures that might come our way in 2025, and pray for the health and safety of all our friends and loved ones, and I look forward to the new year.
Yes.
I do have. Did you hear about the firecracker and the iPhone that was arrested on New Year's Eve?
No.
One was charged and the other was let off. Let off.
Okay.
Okay. I do have a story. Okay, we all want to talk about our grandchildren, how we all think our grandchildren are just the most brilliant people in the world. Well, that goes for all of us. We all feel that way. All right. So this is a story about maybe a grandson. An eccentric philosophy professor gave one question final exam after a semester dealing with a broad array of topics. And all the kids, had gone through their finals and sweated through them. But my grandson, who went away to college, the class was already seated and ready to go when the professor picked up his chair, plopped it on his desk, and wrote on the board, "Using everything we have learned this semester, prove that this chair does not exist." Fingers flew, Mason said, erasers erased, notebooks were filled in furious fashion. Some students wrote over 30 pages in 1 hour attempting to refute the existence of the chair. Mason, however, was up and finished in less than 1 minute because he takes after his Mimi. Weeks later, when the grades were posted, the rest of the group wondered how Mason could have gotten an A when he had barely written anything at all. His answer consisted of 2 words. What chair? He's so brilliant. He's been brilliant since the day he was born.
Oh, that's funny. I love that. And our video was a laugh and getting the year off for a little chuckle. So
yeah, we like to leave you with a smile. We hope, not rolling the eyes.
Hopefully, not too much.
So we love you guys.
We certainly do. We're so thankful and grateful, and wish you all the best.
I know. It just makes me cry just to think that really 3 weeks doesn't seem that long, but I really miss talking to you. So I know we just feel that way.
Yeah.
We love you all.
We do.
So
take care.
Come back and join us.
Like and subscribe so we can get to know you better. And we will be back in 2 weeks with wrapping up our whip parade.
Okay.
Take care.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Mwah. Okay.